It has everything.
Big Boy's Neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen, royalty has arrived. Cyhi the Prynce is in the neighborhood. Welcome to the neighborhood, man.
I don't know what that was.
What, the bell? Yeah. Oh, man.
Bell.
You know, it's that legendary bell. Go ahead now.
You want to touch it?
Hello. I'm not even laughing. There's so much going on in the world right now.
Right.
Cyhi, I know what she's trying to do. You know what I'm saying? We got albums to talk about.
Right.
We got careers to talk about, man. I
Don't
think
lose
she's trying
it to the bell, huh?
There it is, man. You know what I'm saying? First off, we got to say welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you know what's crazy is to call this a debut album with the volume of work that has been done.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and not that, oh man, I arrived. You've been here. You know what I'm saying? What is different about this feeling that's going on right now, Cyhi?
Man, I actually get to the analytics of it is pretty cool. Like I've never really known how my fan base would translate from mixtapes to you know, a real album.
Yeah, and when you say a real album, because the mixtapes were albums. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't throwaways. But why is this one considered like the debut album?
I think because it's actually being put out for sale. Like,
Right. I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, because I used to do so many samples, I was just doing mixtapes to stay relevant. I couldn't clear them. My label didn't want to clear them. I'm like, man, I'm getting 3 million downloads. I don't want to clear this.
Like, man, but you know what? When you get caught up like that, yeah, the paperwork is totally different, man.
So this is just my first time to officially put it out on streaming sites and, you know, Google, you know, Amazon, all those guys, all the way to iTunes and, you know, Spotify and all that. So I think that's a blessing to be able to see
you know
that.
what's good though, man, is that the audience is fickle. You know what I'm saying? You here today, gone tonight.
Right.
But they haven't been fickle on you or any of the movements that Cyhi has had. You know what I'm saying? What do you think that is?
I mean, it's just quality, man. I just always wanted quality over quantity. I never wanted to be one of those artists. 'Cause I'm from Atlanta.
Yes,
so it's like I see all the rich artists, you know what I mean, from the trap, then they go to rap, and then I see the ones who was big and they not as big now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like nobody in my city can do my style.
I hear you.
So I could just do me for the rest of my life, and nobody will be able to do that.
You don't have to go into a phone booth and put on a cape and come out as a character and be Superman.
I could be
all
myself.
Right, now, No Dope on Sundays.
Yes.
Why the title No Dope on Sundays?
I think something that was just, it shows both sides of me. I grew up in a fairly, I would say, spiritual household.
Yes.
My family was heavily into church and Christianity. But then I started feeling myself, smelling myself, and got into the streets and got in it too deep. So, you know, prayer and consulting with God is what I feel like got me out of different, you know, court cases, different, you know,
but you know what?
Activities.
You got to go through a test to have a testimony too, though.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's what this album is. It's just full of testimonies.
Yeah. When you knew that it was about to be like, man, I'm getting this hip hop buzz. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if poetry go to rap, whatever it may be. What did your family think about that?
Man, well, at first,
secular music.
Yeah, I had to explain to my mom, like, I was undercover for the Lord. Like, don't blow my cover yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I might have to shoot a nigga with the Hell's Angel to let them feel like I'm a Hell's Angel. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, don't you know, give up my hand.
Like, let me go do this, Mom. You know
so
what I'm saying? I'll return.
Yeah, I always told them, man, in order to teach someone Spanish, you have to speak in Spanish to be able to tell them, okay, this is how you say it in English.
Right.
So I would go and speak their language and then bring them out of it. That's how I felt like, you know, my calling, or that's what I feel like my calling is.
And your parents actually fell for that.
Yeah.
No,
yeah. I mean, because you got to see, like, my mom, now she's starting to read the comments and she's seeing all these tear-jerking moments from young guys who did prison big, came home from the military.
Right, and getting at you.
Ones. Yes.
That's dope.
And you know, like the other day, some dude was contemplating suicide on Instagram, and he had my picture, like, this is my last post. Cyhi, my favorite artist, but man, I'm just tired of life.
Wow.
Like I'm just sick
How
of
does
it, man.
that
I wanna
get
end
to
it.
you? Does someone around you circle say, hey man, you gotta look
my
at this?
assistant was just going through, you know, just checking the traffic, you know, like she normally do. And she ran across, she's like, I think you might want to read this.
Wow.
And I just wrote up something like, man, the art is incredible, man. I see the passion. I see what you was trying to get across, the, you know, all that different thing. I forget exactly what I told him.
Right.
But he was like, man, you know.
he knows.
Yeah,
God
he just
knows.
came back like, man, I know I was tripping, man. I just suffered with depression, man. This was the biggest thing that ever happened to me. So when I see stuff like that, like I be having pastors hit me.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Real live pastors be like, no, don't take the clergy off. Don't change nothing you doing.
I gotta ask you about the collar, the clergy look, man. Now, what's going down with that, Cyhi?
Well, man, like I said, the way I feel like I kind of introduce guys to their spirituality, I feel like I'm just as qualified as the pastor in your church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the difference between me, I'm not like preaching to saints. You know what I'm saying? I'm preaching like real sinners, like not like misdemeanor sinners.
Right.
Felon sinners. You know what I mean? So I think, I always tell, some people I had backlash at first, like, man.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
You're not a priest. You're not this. You're not that. So you telling me if I bring 2 million young brothers to Christ and your local pastor bring 2,000 people, you think when we get to heaven, God going to be like, you know what?
Right.
I don't really like how you did.
Yeah, you shouldn't have had that collar. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, hey, however you did it, young man, come on up here. I got a penthouse for you right here. Next
I heard
to Pop.
that.
You know what I'm saying? All the great ones.
So you did get a little flack off of that.
I mean, yeah, but you can't.
And it's given.
But
you know
at the end of the day, like, I might be more in tune with the Lord than your pastor is.
Right.
I'm just going to keep it all the way thorough for you. Like, your pastor sitting in this little cathedral and don't want to leave it while I go into the community.
Yeah, man.
And I'm stopping real bodies. I done did some stuff that I done stopped some real robberies in my day.
How do you separate where we get Cyhi to Prynce? Like, because when it comes to music and writing and style, you know what I'm saying? And not that it felt like a backseat, but y'all surrounded yourself with such good people and a lot of alley hoops also.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How does it feel now? Like, man, I need to put these points on the board just for me once again.
Right. I think I'm like the guy on the bench who made the Golden State Warriors the Golden State Warriors. Like, you forget about the one who practicing against Steph Curry and Clay and making them this prolific. I just feel like I was like the sixth man. So I guess one of the good music members got an injury, and I just stepped in and dropped 40. You know what I'm saying? They like, oh, you should be starting.
Where is good music now? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what is that brand now? Because at one point, we were having summers and winters, and like, where is it at now?
I mean, I think
it seems like it's coming back together though, and I'm hearing it more.
Yes, and we always try to reinvent ourselves as a brand.
Yeah.
So I think that's something dope where Ye likes to take time off in between every 3 to 4 albums to kind of give himself a new run or a new outlook at what he want to talk about. So if you feel like the Taylor Swift situation or the situation where his mom passed, or just recently we had a health scare, that kind of gets him back focused on what he wants to do. And I think everybody else is just so big and like I would say successful that it's hard to get everybody in the room like to do like a cruel winner or something. But I think the success of the Cyhi album would definitely, bring them back around, and we could kind of finish it up.
Because I'm hearing a lot more of the dialogue. You know what I'm saying? And also I'm seeing cats where we're like, man, where was Cuddy? I'm seeing Cuddy checking back in. And when was the last time you had a chance to actually talk or sit with Ye?
Probably about 3 weeks ago.
Now,
2 weeks ago.
And I had a chance to sit and talk with Ye also, and he was just like, he said, I'm back on the board. You know what I'm saying? He's back on the knob. He was like, man, he said, I was delegating so much that, you know what I'm saying, which is cool, but he was like, man, I'm back on that board. I'm feeling, have you seen that?
Yes. And that, like I tell people all the time, I just figured out a month ago what the old Kanye was. You know how everybody like, we want the old Kanye. I'm like, man, I don't know what y'all talking about, bro. Straight to me. Like, but then when I seen him make a beat from scratch, I was like, oh, okay.
This is what it is.
I get what y'all trying to say. It's just, when he's in that environment, he is a lot more peaceful. You know what I'm saying? It's like when everybody pulling you from so many different angles away from what you originally love.
Right.
You can get like, jaded or, trying to please everybody. But once you go back to your original passion and what you originally love, I seen him, he made me 2 beats from scratch. I was just flabbergasted.
Damn.
Wow. And Tiana album.
Oh, he working that whole album?
I'm jealous. I don't even want to. That right there is disrespect. Her album is disrespectful.
Damn.
Man, she got like Mob Deep beats.
Really?
Like Blueprint 2-1 beats. Like, This is an R&B album. She don't need these.
Did you ever go? Did you ever go to Ye and be like, man, really?
Yeah, that's how I was saying it the whole time. Like, hey, I don't really think she needs these. Me and Pusha deserve these. You know what I mean? But
now, how's Pusha right now, man?
Oh, he's great. He's great.
That's another one.
You know, he getting his album exclusively produced by Ye, so he's geeked too. Everybody geeked. I mean, Ye is in such a great place, man. He got so much equipment in there. I didn't even know he knew how to work it all.
Wow.
Cause I always seen him add to beats, but I never seen him like make a beat. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't around in that era where he made beats.
What's your formula when you come together though? Now we talking about beats on us, but what's your formula when you say, okay, I need to write? Are you still pen in hand? Are you typing? Like,
I'm a pen or I'm a typing guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But my thing is more so about brainstorming. That's what I learned the most being around good music is the brainstorming part. Like, we don't go in there and just, roll something up, pop something, and just freestyle this. Nah, this is a whole conversation for like a month and a half before you even touch the pen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When you were talking about the beats that Kanye made you, can you pick one word to describe each of them? Because I know you don't want to give away too much, but just one word to describe those beats.
I mean, suspenseful.
Okay.
It's just like you never, like, because he always got a little jerk to it that's different than like any other producer. You know what I mean? So I think his chops and what he do it is just very like, it catches you like, dang, you did it like that. Like, I wouldn't have thought to flip the sample like that. So I think that just the suspense of it, of what it's going to do next, is what makes the track.
November 10th, there was a tweet that went out.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool being the best rapper alive.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong
and
with
what was the tweet about? Why did you wake up and you felt like, you know what, it's very necessary that I tweet this out?
Because one thing about me is like, I don't never leave my concept, and my raps is just as good as everybody who leaves their concept. So I feel like most artists or most rappers get to use this much of the dictionary, and I only get to use this much.
Right.
And my this much of the dictionary still sounds is more prolific.
Now, why you say that much? They have a chance to have so much more of the dictionary.
Right.
Keyword.
Or just they thought like they could jump in a jet, they could fly over here, they could have a girl, and all that could be in the first verse of the song.
Right.
Where my song might be about this room and I can't leave it, so I'm gonna have to rap about this purple hat. I'm gonna have to go to the Lifesavers, Lysol. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not gonna travel outside of it, so I feel like every song sits in its own, and if you can constrict yourself to only rap about a topic that you don't leave outside of, I think that shows how prolific you really are creatively.
Concepts as well.
Yeah,
though.
concepts
With
as well.
so much in your head, how do you just say, okay, these are the songs that's for No Dope on Sundays? With all the work, because how long did first off, from beginning to end, what you think that process is time-wise?
Probably time-wise, it probably took about a year and a half.
A year and a half. Alrighty. So when you go from a year and a half, how do you figure out like what makes it to the album? And especially you're in a position where you could have so many more or other compilations because people will come to the table for you. So how do you figure out, okay, this is the one right here. I want Schoolboy. Then you go back and you grab Estelle. You know what I'm saying? Like how do you get those things together?
I think first I go in, like I said, the brainstorming process is what we want to do. We wanted to kind of feel like a day and a night of every song. So the album is written from Sunday to Sunday. So I wanted to be like bright moments and dark moments that come right behind, you know what I'm saying? Life and death, like just those parallels. So I think my thing was just getting those textures. I always wanted to hear, like when I got Jagged Edge, I always want to know why the artists from my generation, when they sing, they only sing about like love to a girl. You know what I'm saying? Versus when you heard Marvin Gaye or you heard What's Going On.
Right.
These songs were like socially conscious records as well that they were singing. It wasn't just like, baby, I want you. So when I got Jagged to do that, I just thought that was refreshing to hear R&B singers actually sing about something consciously.
Let me ask you this. When you say consciously, when and not to stomp down on anything that's going on today, but how do you feel about where we have these microphones and these speakers and these outlets? Is the generation using it right, or you feel like, man, we need to retool again?
Man, you know what's crazy, man? I feel like, this is why I say I love the kids, but we can't give them that much authority. Like people, like a lot of times people are like, man, you gotta rap for the millennials. You gotta rap for the millennials. I'll be like, man, well, you're only a functioning kid from about 10 to 16. That's 7 years of your life. You a man or a woman for 40, 50 years in your
God
life.
willing.
That has a job, that got finances. So why would I rap for kids that's only going to be thinking like this for 6 years versus a man that'll be thinking like this for 40, 50 years? So that's the thing is like, we can't put too much stock in the kids because kids are not going to be thinking like kids in 5 years. And that's why I feel like a lot of the music gets lost where guys like KRS-One could still do 2,500 people in a room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
After 25, 30 years.
Yeah, after 30 years in the game because he make music for adults. It ain't just for kids. You got to keep it there. That's why I feel like.
And have you had that where people try to tell you need to go in a direction?
Yeah, but I mean, now, as you see, real lyricism and real music will always stand the test of time. It don't matter. I've been out. I ain't been out for 2.5 years, and I've never put out an album. Yeah. And people are receiving it well because I feel like the talent that the 40,000, 50,000 hours I put in, you can never take that away from me, no matter how old.
Yeah, you did your Outliers a few times over,
Yeah,
Jack.
exactly.
You did your 10,000.
A few other different people as well.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
What about like everybody now, man? What about drugs in hip hop? Do you feel? And we've always had something where you know what I'm saying. Either you know, cats were smoking this, doing this, but now it's like it's
everything.
Everything.
Well, I think it's come from the generation prior to us. I mean, you know, the system always have a way of keeping the greats or the minorities down. So it's something where when we rapped about selling the dope, we were selling it to the parents of all the young kids that's coming up. So they still got dope in their genes. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like these kids are coming up in these environments that we've all sold it to them. Now these are the parents of the people we sold, that Jay-Z told us to sell it to, or T.I. or Jeezy told us. So we got to kind of live with the, you know what I'm saying, the consequences of that. But also, I think music is just branching. I think hip hop was such a young genre of music where we didn't get a chance to branch. Now I think punk rap is something that's prevalent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where the heavy 808s and the simple melodies and jumping around and stage diving, that shouldn't be considered as the same thing that Kendrick does.
Right.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa, Lecrae, or, you know what I mean? That shouldn't be the same thing as what T.I. or Jeezy do. So I think it's time for us to be, the hip hop genre to be more so like the blues genre or the R&B where you have neo soul.
Right.
Then you got pop, you know what I mean? So,
and you feel like there is enough room under the umbrella for all that.
Yeah.
Because even back in the day, Cyhi, we had Joeski Love, Pee Wee dance record. Now somebody, he making a dance record. But we've had that. We had Public Enemy.
Yeah, we had I like
LL.
Big Butts.
You know what I'm saying?
We had all that. So I just think now, see, the thing is they don't want us to branch out because that makes us bigger. So they want us to stay in and confine us in this. Yeah, you don't want to have six hip-hop categories in the
You do
Grammys.
get a lot of artists that get mad at the Lils of the world. It don't seem like you in that same category.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool. It's just, I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at like radio and record labels for taking the easy way out. Like, I would rather develop a J.O.O.D. before I do that any day. I could just manage or have one artist versus having 10 artists to do what J.O.O.D. does by himself.
Right.
I would just have a J.O.O.D.
Cyhi, with all the features, do you have a favorite?
My
That's
favorite,
like picking your favorite kid, huh?
Right. I would say probably the Travis feature and BJ.
And BJ, kid. And how did that like come about? Like you deciding like who's gonna get on which track? Like, did you already like plan that out? Because like Big said, like pretty sure there's a lot of people that you could have worked with. Like, how do you pick and choose like who's gonna be on these tracks?
Well, I wanted to. The album is I like to call it a emotion picture, not a motion picture, the emotion picture.
Emotion.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to get certain guys who felt like that time. Like, reason why I got Schoolboy, because he just seemed like somebody. If he was in Atlanta, that would have been my partner.
Right.
We would have smoked together. We would have fought niggas together.
You
know what I mean? We went to church together. It was just, he got that type of personality. 2 Chainz kind of got the personality I felt like it was for that record. So I think that's what I was trying to do, just fill the characters in, because I didn't want to be the only person. And, you know, I didn't want to have to do first person, second person, third person, rap from this perspective. I kind of wanted, you know, you to feel that OG vibe from a certain song, or, you know, a female singing about certain things. Like, I got a stale on the record because, you know, a lot of times it gives me that feeling of when that mother come outside and see her son in a, you know, shot or hurt or anything. She kind of gave me that feel. But I think that's how I was trying to put it together. Like, develop those characters on the album.
What I love too is that everybody played a position. Well, it's teamwork. You know what I'm saying? So when you do think of Schoolboy and Travis, and you think of Estelle,
Pusha T,
or Pusha, you know, the Kanye, Jagged Edge, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you pick this up, you're like, damn. Like, yeah, that is
I got the biggest dope dealing rapper on No Dope on Sunday.
Hello.
The title track, Pusha T. So it's like, if Pusha telling you, man, we chilling on Sunday.
Like,
I mean, every trap in the world got to chill on Sunday.
There it is. Cyhi, the Prynce in the neighborhood. When you come back, man, we got to do it one more again, bro.
Oh, yeah, man, definitely. I'll be back.
We got a lot to sit down.
January, yeah.
All right, we got a lot to sit down on it. And on the next one, man, I'm going to put them instrumentals on as
well.
Oh,
my
and
God.
let you do what I've been writing for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. I'm the ghost of the ghost. I don't like saying it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the ghost of the ghost.
Man,
2018, I'm exposing everybody I wrote for.
Yes.
Everybody I wrote for.
I was there when we was at Ye House. I see you writing lyrics.
You know what I'm saying? See, I didn't say it. You
saw it. You witnessed it.
Now, Cyhi, you saw how many days I put in work on that album. With no credit, though.
Right, we was playing like solitaire or something.
Oh, my God. Hey, dude, were you there that night when we played what is that one game?
Yeah, that's the game we was playing on solitaire.
What is the game where it's like, you guys just brought it up?
You got to guess it.
Jenga? Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, Cards Against Humanity. Yeah, that's what we was playing.
I was killing y'all that night, too.
I was
killing you,
That game is
Kim.
so much fun.
I was like, man, it was like Cyhi, the altar boy by the time I finished. I was through with it. No, man, but a great body of work, man. No dope on Sundays, man.
Thank
you, man.
Pleasure to have you in the neighborhood, brother. And stay exactly the way that you are,
Thank you, man.
And we'll see you in January.
Let's do it.
Easy call. Cyhi, the Prynce in the neighborhood, Big Boy's neighborhood.
Hey.